Hello guys, it's me again, UnstableVoltage, with another episode of How to Feed the Beast in Minecraft. Over the last couple of videos we've built quite a few Industrial Craft 2 machines, and there are another couple of bits and pieces that we need now to run them properly, so let's go and have a look at those. The first thing we're going to build today is this, the MFE, or the Multifunction Electric Storage Unit. It works the same way that a bat box does, only it holds a lot more power. In fact, it holds the same amount as 15 bat boxes, and it also outputs medium voltage instead of low voltage. Because quite a lot of the machines that we have still only run from low voltage, we're also going to need one of these. This is an LV, or low voltage transformer. What this will do, it will take a medium voltage energy output and step it down to a low voltage output so we can safely use our tier 1 machines with it. So let's go on over to the workshop and have a look how we're going to use these. Okay, so if you've been watching the last few videos, you'll already know about a lot of the machines that we've already built. So far I've got 4 machines in here. We've got the compressor, the rotary macerator, the extractor, which are all low voltage machines, they're all tier 1 machines, and we also have our induction furnace, which is our only medium voltage tier 2 machine. Now, in one of the first videos I built this generator to provide power and a bat box downstairs, so let's just nip to the basement. Okay, so we're now in the basement. You'll remember these engines, these peat-fired engines from one of the very first videos, which we're using to power our forestry machines upstairs. And here against the ceiling is the bat box. Now, the bat box output is linked across this glass fibre cable, which goes up to all of our machines upstairs. And you'll also notice, as well as the one generator upstairs, I have another 6 down here. The reason for that is because with all those machines, if I've got them all running at the same time, the power of one bat box, which is only 40,000 energy units, depletes very quickly, and you need more than one generator to keep it fully topped up. So this is the problem that we're going to fix today. So let's have a look in the chest and see what bits and pieces we need to build our MFE. We're going to need 32 redstone, 4 diamonds, 8 refined iron, 8 rubber, and 1 gold ingot. Now hopefully at the crafting bench I can remember the recipe. The refined iron is nice and simple, we just put those in a square and make ourselves a machine block. We take the gold ingot and surround it with the 8 rubber, which should hopefully give us 4 times a 2 times insulated gold cable, so we're going to need all 4 of those. And we're going to put the 4 diamonds in the centre, and we're going to surround the diamonds with redstone, so it should be 4 diamonds surrounded by 4 redstone on each side, and that will give us energy crystals. So we're going to need 4 energy crystals. Now unfortunately these things don't stack, which is a bit of a pain, and we want to put the machine block in the middle. We want to put the 4 gold insulated cables in the corners, and we want to put the energy crystals on the top, bottom, left and right, and that will give us our MFE, which we can use to replace our bat box. Okay, so here's a little setup that I prepared earlier just to prove a point. What we have here is a generator, which did have some coal in but no longer does. We have our MFE, which doesn't have full charge, but it does have some power in there, and as you can see it outputs 128 EU per tick, so this is medium voltage. Exactly the same way that a bat box works, it has 5 inputs and 1 output, which is the side that's a different colour. Now when you place it down it will drop with that side facing you, but you can move it with the wrench as always. Now here we have a macerator. A macerator is one of our tier 1 low voltage machines. Let's have a look what happens to the macerator if we connect it directly to the MFE. So here's a glass fibre cable, and there we go, we have an explosion. So connecting a low voltage machine to a medium voltage output storage unit will destroy the machine. So let's go down and install our MFE before we do anything else. So down in the basement again, and one of the first things I want to do before I do anything is break some of these cables, because I don't want anything to connect up that I don't want connected. So I'm going to break those cables right now, and I'm going to use my wrench and take away the old bat box. There we go, there it is, and I'm going to place down our new MFE. So what I want to do is put it in the same place, and hopefully, there we go, we have the output facing in the direction that I was standing. And again, we could have moved it with the wrench if we needed to. So I'm now going to connect the generator back up. and you can already see the generators are now producing power, and if we actually take a look at the MFE, it is starting to charge. Now this machine directly above us here is our induction furnace. Now the induction furnace is a medium voltage machine, so I can safely connect the MFE to the induction furnace without any problems. The rest of these machines here are all of our low voltage machines. Now I haven't connected them up here for a very specific reason, because if I was to put a cable in here they would explode, and I don't want that to happen. That is where our LV transformer comes into play, so let's go and have a look at that now. Okay, so back on over to the chest and let's grab our ingredients to make our low voltage transformer. Very easy to make, 4 wooden planks, 6 copper ingots and 6 rubber. Over to the crafting table. Now the first thing we want to do is take 3 of the copper ingots and put them horizontally across the centre, surround them by rubber, and that will give us 6 copper cables. Now we only need 2 of them, but you get 6 anyway, so that's not too much of a problem. And what we need to do then is, at the same crafting table, we take 3 more copper ingots and put them horizontally across the middle again. We take 2 of the copper cables and put 1 top and 1 bottom, and then the 4 wooden planks go in the 4 corners, and that will give us our low voltage transformer. Now, using the same experiment that I did earlier, where connecting the MFE directly to the macerator resulted in an explosion, if we put down the LV transformer in the way, now placing works the same way as it does with the back box and the MFE, the one side that's a different colour always drops in the direction it's facing. You can move that around with the wrench, but the thing to remember with the transformers is they have 1 input, 5 outputs. Storage boxes are the opposite. Storage have 5 inputs, 1 output. Transformers, 1 input, 5 outputs. So if I take my glass fibre cable and connect those up, no explosion. We have power in the MFE, and we are now getting power to the macerator. So putting the transformer in stops the explosion. So let's just get rid of these cables and let me pick the transformer back up. Now another thing to remember is if you are using an MFE and you're outputting medium voltage, you cannot use copper cables to connect your machines together. The cables cannot handle the voltage and it will blow up. So you will need to use either golden insulated cables, the same ones that we use to make the MFE, or the glass fibre cables, which I recommend if you have the diamonds to spare. So let's go down into the basement and wire everything up. Okay, so we're back in the basement and I'm going to get my LV transformer and I am going to place it down here safely on the ground, and I'm going to use my wrench to make the input on the top. And what I'm going to do then is use glass fibre cables. Remember, we're coming from the different coloured side on the MFE, which is the output. So we're going to come down there. So we now have our input into the low voltage transformer. And then from one of the 5 outputs, I'm going to run the cable along and back up. So now we have low voltage coming out of the transformer feeding the rest of our machines, and medium voltage coming directly out of the MFE powering our induction furnace. Let's just go back upstairs and double check that's all working correctly. So here we are back in the workshop, and if we have a look, we have power going into our induction furnace, power in the extractor, the rotary macerator, and in the compressor too. So we now have power going to all of our machines. We have an MFE storage unit which holds the equivalent to 15 back boxes worth of power, and we can also output medium voltage to our induction furnace so that it will heat up and smelt a lot faster, and we've also built a low voltage transformer so that we can step the power output down and still use our low voltage machines without them exploding. So once again, thanks for watching. I hope you found this video entertaining and informative. As always, if you've enjoyed it, please like, subscribe and share. And if you have any ideas for future videos, if there's a particular machine or item that you'd like to see me build and demonstrate, either send me a message or leave it in the comments below. And I will see you on the next video. Goodbye!